Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd, and I react to videos. That's the shittiest intro ever. Anyway, this is going to be a very special reaction for me because a lot of people asked for this one. I'm such a huge fan of SABATON because I'm such a huge fan of both metal and history. I love history, especially World War II. So everyone has seen The Memphis Belle, right? It's the movie about the B-17 crew that flew 25 missions and survived all the way through. And they were like one of the first planes to do it. And the reason for that is the B-17, the Flying Fortress, was mass produced. We produced thousands of them and we lost thousands of them. They were heavily armed, but they were not heavily armored. They were aircraft aluminum, and their only real protection was not the ability to withstand damage as much as it was to be able to fly in formations like this and have such bristling firepower to ward off enemies. But many times when you're facing the Luftwaffe and their amazing fighter pilots, without escorts, many times the Germans had their way with the B-17. When you got one of the best fighter planes in the world, and you're facing, which is the Messerschmitt 109, and you're facing some of the best trained pilots in the world, it can become a turkey shoot really fast. We all know the story of Memphis Belle, but this is another story. And SABATON kept this very, very important story from World War II and made not only a song about it, but just a couple days ago, they released an animated short story about it, which we're going to watch and review right now. And you're going to see my reaction to it. I have not seen this before. I haven't even heard the song No Bullets Fly. But I really look forward to reacting to this. What I'm going to try to do is limit my stops so that we can enjoy this together. I know a lot of you have asked for that, but I will probably do a little my thought process and stuff after the video, if that's okay with all of you. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for this suggestion. Give me the comments, suggestions, ideas, thoughts, and even criticisms. It's all good. The link for this original video will, of course, be in the description. Let's do this. This is SABATON. I'm so pumped. Okay, let me back my ugly butt out of the way. Dude, your beard is in the way of that plane. Thank you. All right. This is SABATON. No Bullets Fly.
It's December the 20th, 1943, and in the freezing air high above Germany, Second Lieutenant Charles "Charlie" Brown is at the controls of his B-17F, ye old pub.
Good deal.
At 11:30, approaching the target of the Focke-Wulf plant near Bremen. The pub is rocked as 4 explosions go off right in front of the B-17.
Oh.
A cry comes across the intercom. We're hit. In the plexiglass nose, a huge hole had been made. An icy cold wind was being blown inside,
wow,
making freezing conditions for the crew. Engine 2 had been hit, and co-pilot Spencer "Pinky" Luke let out an expletive as he noticed a huge hole in the right wing. Releasing their bombs over the factory, the crew turned to the north, planning to head over the coast, then turn west for home. With one engine out and engine 4 now faulty, the pub started to fall back from the formation with another damaged plane. Sam "Blackie" Blackford in the bull turret watched as it disappeared into a cloud bank. There was an orange flash in the cloud. "Bandits!" Eckie shouted as 5 BF-109s screeched from the cloud bank. Then another cry. "Bandits!" as 8 FW-190s were spotted in formation ahead of the pub. Sergeant Bertram "Frenchy" Coulomb in the turret shot the 190 out of the sky. The navigator, Al "Doc" Sadek, took out the second. Pinky reported that engine 3 had been hit. That left just one engine at full power. The BF-109s attacked the pub from behind, swarming all over. But due to the cold wind running through the pub, most of the guns were frozen.
Holy shit.
In a turn now, the pub was repeatedly hit, taking extreme damage and killing the tail gunner. A shell penetrated and exploded near the waist gunners, injuring the crew and creating a huge hole. The oxygen supply was taken out and the pub spun towards the ground. With the crew unconscious due to lack of oxygen, the B-17 fell for 4 miles.
Wow.
Charlie started to come around and grabbed the controls, pulling back as the plane continued to fall. 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet. Just moments from hitting the earth, the plane pulled up, almost scraping the trees as it did.
Holy crap. Damn. What a start to a song.
From down below, one enemy spotted. So hurry up, rearm and refuel. But through the bombers damage that bring. See wounded men scared to the bone. Look to the right and then look again. And see the enemy in the eye. No bullets fly, spared by his mercy. Escorted out of harm's way. Flying, fighting fair is the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Machine, honor in the sky. Flying home. Machine, send goodbye to the cross. See the sun. He risked his life 2 times a day to save an unknown enemy. Let's go to safety out of the kill zone. A short salute, then that power and flying. Fighting fair is the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Machine, honor in the sky. Flying home. Machine, send goodbye to the cross. See the sun.
I don't know this story, and it shocks me that this happened. Damn, that's a good song. Guitars are amazing. Wow. You let him go.
Flying, fighting fair is the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Machine, honor in the sky. Flying home. Machine, send goodbye to the cross. See the sun.
Wow.
The story was kept secret until 1986, when Brown started the search for the German pilot who had shown mercy on that December day all those years ago. In 1990,
Holy
Brown
crap.
received a letter from a man named Stigler, who was living in Canada. Stigler explained that he had been the pilot of the German fighter who had escorted Ye Olde Pup. This video is of their first meeting.
Franz, what were your feelings when you met again for the first time?
I was so happy as we met that I dropped him and hugged him. Was it easy?
The fact that he risked his life really in many ways, and I wrote him in a letter. I said, if you made a habit of feeling sorry for bomber crews, flag up alongside them, I am sure that you were shot down many times. But it was not only the audacity that he came up to us and then recognizing the threat. If someone had seen him and reported him, it could have been a death sentence.
Franz gifted Charlie a book, and inside the inscription read, "In 1940, I lost my only brother as a night fighter. On the 20th of December, 4 days before Christmas, I had the chance to save a B-17 from her destruction. A plane so badly damaged, it was a wonder that she was still flying. The pilot, Charlie Brown, is for me as precious as my brother was.
Wow.
Thanks, Charlie. Your brother, Franz. In 2008, within a few months of each other, the two firm friends went on their final journey. Franz Stigler never got the Knight's Cross, but as he always said, he got something better.
Wow.
It's the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Killing machine.
Mark, go listen.
In the sky. Flying home. Killing machine. Send goodbye to the cross. See the sun.
Hi, my name is Jovita Tan Stiegler. I would like to thank SABATON and your song, No Bullets Fly. Because of this, the story of my father will live on. See you on your next concert tour. Safe journey, gentlemen, and again, thank you.
It was really cool, and I was totally fine with it until the very end. And if you didn't have some tears well up, then you're not human. Wow. You hear a lot of stories from World War II about people bailing out and fighter pilots shooting at people that are in parachutes and killing wounded planes and stuff like that. I need to make something very, very clear when it comes to the soldiers of World War II on both sides. Wars are decided upon by politicians. Leaders of countries decide who goes to war. But the men and women who fight in those wars may or may not necessarily prescribe to their political views. When you hear about the Nazis and the atrocities that they portrayed against other people and the war crimes that they were convicted of, that's not every German from World War II. There were many Germans who fought for the pride of their country, not for the Nazis, okay? And a lot of those who were like that are your sailors, are your pilots, who were pilots before the Nazis were a thing. And they flew for their country. They flew. Wow, my button got pushed. They flew for their country. They flew for their home. And Stigler was one of those people. And he remembers the loss of his brother. And there is an honor code. There's an honor code in the Navy. There's an honor code especially with pilots as well, where you hear stories of, okay, the Bismarck sinks the hood, okay? And the British Navy could have easily let every member of the crew of the Bismarck die. Could have let them all freeze to death in the Atlantic. But there's an unwritten code in maritime law that if you rescue sailors from the water, that no sailor deserves to die alone in the open sea. The same thing exists for pilots. If the B-17 had shot at Stigler, he probably would have shot back and taken him out. He's flying a Messerschmitt 109. Okay, the B-17 ain't gonna get away. The fact that the ye olde pub B-17 survived an attack from 6 109s is a testament in and of itself. And it's a great story. It's an awesome story. And I'm glad all of you wanted me to see this, because those two pilots shared something together. And it lasted all of their days with a friendship. And I think it's really awesome that SABATON wrote a song about it and didn't realize that the people who lived it would have heard the song, and those families get together, which is amazing. It's what do you expect? What else do you expect from SABATON, right? Not only do they do historically accurate storytelling and music, but then they go through, this song was written years ago, and because of this amazing story between these two pilots that was shared by one of the wives of the pilots, they redo the whole story properly, and they share all the backstory with us, and it's an amazing thing. And to all of those who served and died fighting for their country in the skies over Europe and the skies over the Pacific, we thank you for your service, no matter which flag was painted on the side of your plane. To the families of those who were lost, we honor you for your sacrifice. My name is Old School Nerd. And yes, I am old. But because of bands like SABATON and YouTube allowing these videos to be shared by all of us, we'll never forget the amazing things that people from our past, our grandfathers and fathers and great-grandfathers, did in what was referred to as the conflict around the world of the generation that was considered to be the greatest generation of all. Whew. Wow, that was a lot for me. Okay. I'm going to watch this again, not here. I'm going to, in this recording, of course, and I'm going to post this for all of you to enjoy. Please tell me what you think. Give me comments. And this was amazing to me. I'm going to watch this again. Everyone have a great day. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. No matter where you are. Let's share some love. Let's get the hell out of 2020 and get to 2021 as soon as possible, because we got to get better than this, man. Talk to you later.